Summary of Chapter 7. My Dinner Goes Up in Smoke. Camp Tour and the Nature of Demigods. Following the incident in the bathroom where Percy Jackson unknowingly manipulated the plumbing to blast Clarice and her friends with toilet water, word quickly spread throughout the camp. Annabeth Chase leads a dripping wet Percy on a tour of Camp Half-Blood, showing him the metal shop, arts and crafts room, and a lethal climbing wall equipped with shaking boulders and lava. When they stop by the canoeing lake, Percy notices two naiads floating underwater who wave at him. Overwhelmed by the magic around him, Percy expresses a desire to go home, but Annabeth explains that Camp Half-Blood is his home, the only safe haven on Earth for half-bloods or demigods. She explains that the Greek gods continue to have children with mortals. Annabeth reveals that her mother is Athena, goddess of wisdom and battle, while her father is a human history professor. Percy tries to ask about his own father, but Annabeth clarifies that he remains undetermined until his father sends a sign claiming him, something gods do not always bother to do. The camp, monsters, and the solstice. Annabeth breaks down how the camp works. Some demigods only stay for the summer if their godly parent isn't particularly powerful, while others are year-rounders. As demigods grow older, around 10 or 11, they attract monsters in the mortal world. Camp Half-Blood's borders are magically sealed to keep monsters and mortals out, masking the camp as a simple strawberry farm to mortal eyes. Annabeth reveals she has been a year-rounder since she was 7, showing Percy her clay bead necklace that marks her years at camp. Percy asks Chiron about a conversation he overheard between him and Grover regarding the summer solstice. Annabeth reveals that during a winter solstice field trip to Mount Olympus, accessed via a secret 600th floor in the Empire State Building, something major was stolen. The gods are now fighting, causing strange weather across the mortal world, and if the stolen item is not returned by the summer solstice, catastrophe will ensue. Annabeth desperately wants to be granted a quest to fix the issue, but Chiron has held off. Cabin 11 and Luke. Percy returns to Cabin 11, Hermes' cabin, where all unclaimed demigods stay because Hermes is the god of travelers and isn't picky about who he sponsors. Luke, the head counselor, warmly welcomes Percy, giving him a sleeping bag and stolen toiletries. Luke displays an underlying bitterness towards the gods, revealing he met his father, Hermes, only once. Percy asks Luke why Annabeth and Clarice suspect he might be special or Big Three material. Luke explains that after his own quest to the Garden of the Hesperides went wrong, leaving him with a scar on his face, Chiron banned further quests. However, the oracle prophesied to Annabeth that she could go on a quest only once somebody special arrived at camp. Dinner offerings and campfire. When a conch horn signals dinner, all the campers march to the open-air mess hall pavilion. Percy is surprised to see satyrs, naiads, and wood nymphs joining them, including a dryad stepping directly out of a maple tree. At dinner, Percy learns that the magic camp goblets fill with whatever non-alcoholic drink you request. He successfully orders a blue cherry Coke in memory of his mother. Before eating, the campers walk to the central bronze brazier to drop the best portion of their meal into the fire as a burnt offering to the gods. Percy scrapes a slice of brisket into the fire and makes a silent plea to his father. "Whoever you are, tell me, please." Instead of smelling like burnt food, the smoke smells like a delicious mixture of hot chocolate, brownies, and grilled hamburgers. After dinner, Dionysus, Mr. D, makes brief dismissive announcements, referring to Percy as Peter Johnson, and reminds everyone of Friday's Capture the Flag game. The night ends with a cheery campfire sing-along hosted by the Apollo cabin. Falling asleep on his cabin floor with the Minotaur's horn in hand, Percy finally feels at home. However, in a foreshadowing closing thought, he notes that he wished he had known how briefly that peace would last.